Alright guys, welcome back to a stream. It's been quite a long time, so I suppose we better hope that this works. So far so good on YouTube's end. Yeah. Okay, good. Stream health is not brilliant, I'm not gonna lie, but it seems that at least it is working. So as long as you guys can hear me, I suppose that is the most important thing today, since it is a discussion. Of course, we're not playing a racing game. Racing games are a little bit... Actually, it's, it's hard to... It would be hard to do this kind of video with a racing game. So, yeah, at least we can do this with Fall Guys. Hell of a lot of fun. So, yeah, let's get into a discussion and see really where we can end up here. Oh, goddamn cable stuck under my wheel. Okay. Right, let's do this. I hope my connection can hold up here. My upload speed was pretty decent. My download, not so much, but that's alright. Yeah, so those of you who are on Xbox, or dare I say Switch, I don't know how many people are on Switch that watch my videos, but yeah, you might not be familiar with this game, because it's only on PC and PS4. If you're on PS4, by the way, it's free, so yeah, you might as well. Okay, so this one, oh my god, here we go. Here we go, boys. I've got a backup. I'll try again, but I have got a backup in case this goes wrong. In case this goes wrong, we're going to play Minecraft. Because at least Minecraft, I don't need a connection. So that's all good. Project Cars 3. Now, yeah, that's an interesting one. Like, I didn't mind the idea of... Yo, what's up there? How's it going? Yeah, I didn't mind the idea of, them changing... Oh, good. Stream health is good now. Yeah, I didn't mind the idea of them changing to like a simcade. But from what it looks like they've not done a great job of making a simcade. Like, you still gotta make a good simcade. Like, there's a comment earlier where the guy said, don't slate the game because it's a simcade, but it's like, it still has to be a good game. Now, I think back to... I always think of like Dirt 2 and Dirt 3 as like prime examples of 2011 and sort of 2009 to 2011 just being like, please don't disconnect, the best times ever for racing games. Those games just lasted forever. Like, years and years. You could go into the game and just find... Yes, someone's through. And you could just find games all the time. Oh, we have the Messiah up in front of me. He knows the way. Does he not 4 times in a row? Can I get it right? No. Okay, we're going to have to go here. So I'm getting sidetracked here. Frickin' hell, come on! Come on! If ever there was an example of this game being Takeshi's Castle, it's DoorDash. But yes, okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Yeah, Dirt 2, Dirt 3, man, those games were so complete. Like, the multiplayer, if you look at Dirt, jeez, even, don't quote me on Dirt, oh, come on, I got eliminated on DoorDash, really? Yeah, Dirt 2, Dirt 3, the multiplayer for those games was so good, and I think that's a big thing that is lacking these days. Like, games all look at sort of features with like, oh, we're gonna have some, we're gonna have this feature and that feature, but I think the satellite internet might be extremely high on the ping front. What was I saying? Yeah, games these days. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. They're very high on the features front, and it's like multiplayer is kind of just tapped on at the end, and people just forget about it. So if we look at Dirt these days, the multiplayer is just pretty much only Rallycross. And when I think about Dirt 2 and Dirt 3, they had like Rally, they had Trailblazer, which granted isn't in Dirt Rally, Trailblazer, but I mean, there was just so much reason to come back. And yeah, I mean, those games just lasted forever. I've got so many good memories there. And I think that's a lot of the things that we're seeing these days. Is those games would last for years. I was actually just tweeting about it. Those games would last for years. Wrong way. But nowadays, like, multiplayer is dead in a couple weeks. Oh, come on, just like my connection. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time here. If I get disconnected again, I'm hopping straight on Minecraft. I haven't played that for a while, but at least I don't need connection for that. My god, I'm getting distracted. Now, if we think about, Forza 7 was a little bit on the disappointing side. I think we can mostly agree on that. Because, it launched really badly, and the things didn't really, they weren't innovative at all. But at least the multiplayer was the same it's always been. Whereas other games, and I'm going to cite Dirt as an example again, because Dirt 4 was just completely devoid of anything. But, those have literally gone down in features, whereas they should be going up in multiplayer features. I don't think those games actually needed to innovate too much. Dirt 2, Dirt 3, there's so much good stuff. And you could just keep coming back. I'm just going to repeat myself about 1,000 times here, but lag. And I think that's the reason why people keep coming back to Forza, because no. Granted, it's got some problems, but at least you know what you're getting. And it's going to be consistent. And you're always going to be able to find a game. Now, obviously, Gran Turismo's done a very good job of things. I don't know if I can make that one. Go! Gran Turismo's done a very, very good thing. What am I saying? Gran Turismo's done a very good job of things. Hello, Skyline. Hello, Vote Rotti. Sorry, my Afrikaans is terrible, so yeah, if I don't say that well. There you go. And now if we look at games like, I think Project Cars 3, on the whole, just outside without looking at the game, it actually looked alright. They're going to have what I always think multiplayer should be, and that is a lot of game created things, because the user created things, if we look at Project Cars 2, a very good example, you almost always had Monza and GT3 and multiple Monza and GT3s and not a lot else. And things just get very dead from there. And another thing is that kind of multiplayer just creates a massive skill gap, because the guys who's setting up the Monza lobby are just sweating it like crazy. This is going to be awful on my ping, by the way. They just sweat it like crazy. So people who just want to jump in and have a race, they are going to be miles off the pace. I can't grab this guy's tail right now. Can try here, can we? Yeah, they'll be miles off the pace because they just haven't practiced it. Whereas the guys who set it up are going to be setting times that people will just think, how the hell did you set that time? Because obviously they haven't practiced it. And obviously, if you've played racing games and you go from having not really done it to practicing, you see, particularly in Sims, you see seconds coming off very, very quickly. But if you haven't practiced it, it's not going to go too well. Let's see if we can get this. Nope. So yeah, I think multiplayer is a big problem with these games these days. Let's not even talk about Grid. Actually, let's talk about Grid. I got one! I never, admittedly played the first 3 grids, but, looking at Grid 2019, you could definitely tell that the game wasn't what it was back in the day. And it comes back again to that time frame of sort of, the 360 era. 2007 to maybe 2012 or so. That was a really, really good period. I think particularly 2009 to 2011 was awesome. But yeah, Christian, that's really, really good points. You could say the same about sports games. I think a lot of what's happening, and this is something I was thinking about as well, a lot of what's happening is if we look at a lot of the companies that used to make those good games that make them now, a lot of the companies have changed. They've either been bought out by a bigger company, or in the case of Codemasters, they've become a public company. So the days of making a game for passion first and profit second are well and truly behind us. So yeah, that is a massive shame. It's really difficult with racing games as well. I mean, if we look, Fall Guys is a very good example. This is a game that is made. It's not. I mean, it's clearly making a massive profit because of how popular it is. But I don't think it was made purely to make a profit. I'm actually freaking leading right now. I'm going to win! Yeah, it's not made purely for profit, I don't think. I think it's made just to have a laugh, and make a fun game. And look what's happened. Like, this game has just completely exploded. This guy's getting exploded by all these things. But yeah, I think the passion has gone big time from racing games. Companies being bought out and everything. Yeah, you're right there, Dublin Gossip. The lack of communication with the next Forza is a bit of a shame, really. I mean, I've never done this one. I've gotten to the final a lot, but I've never done this one. Oh, okay. Here we go, boys. Here we go. And I've never won either, just so you know. Now, right. I might need to focus here, so let's talk. Let's talk after. I'll probably just talk during it. I think these things go away. I don't know when they go away, though. Okay, that one's gone. Like, how do you know when yours is... Oh, okay, it's not shaking. Oh, I'm stuffed. I gotta stay on this one. Okay, it's okay. Is this guy gonna get ruined and taken out? I want to win, boys. I want to get a win, and I want to share it with you. I would imagine this one's not gonna go, right? It's like... we can't make it anywhere if it does, so... Reading chats! Yeah, and that's actually Jackal, now that you mentioned that, racing with friends. That's like a good point. I think if the... Oh shit, this is good. I'm done. Oh, no, man! That is so unfair. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, Chris Sasaki does give me a bit of hope for the series. He seems like a pretty genuine guy, at least to me, and he seems to like really actually care about making a good game. But we'll have to see. It's like they just need to give us some information. Oh, that guy's done. Oh, we got a chicken winner. A winner? Have we got a winner? Yeah, he seems to care about making a good game, and they have changed the team quite a bit. I hope they change the social side of the team. Oh my god, things are going very, very wrong in Forza enforcement these days. But yeah, come on, who's gonna get a win? Yeah, someone's got to get a win soon. Oh, he's done! How did he get knocked out there? What the hell? It was such an easy one. Okay, I'm jealous of you. You got to win. Yeah, what was I talking about, actually? I forgot what I was talking about. I think the devs have seen a state of online multiplayer and how people drive and probably end up losing faith. Sort of. Maybe from what they see people getting... like it just being a complete disaster, and they think, okay, well, like how are we gonna fix this? And it maybe just gets a bit overwhelming. But I think the bigger problem isn't that. I think a bigger problem is just wanting to ship copies rather than make a game that's memorable. And when people just want to ship copies, it really makes a pretty like hollow title that doesn't really stick with you. I mean, how many games that have come out in the last, let's even say this whole Xbox One generation, how many games have come out that you think, yeah, I'm going to remember that for a long time? Maybe like a couple Horizons if you're into that. GT Sports, you know what, GT Sport, I think, for all its problems at the moment, GT Sport has changed the whole racing genre when it comes to, you know, multiplayer. So I think if we see a different Forza multiplayer structure, which I'm sure we will, I sure hope we will. Oh, this is gonna tip. This is gonna tip. Which I'm sure we will. I think that's a direct result of GT Sport, and yeah, that's just showing, like, all it took was Polyphony saying, you know what, we're gonna make a good racing game here, and look what's happened. Like, it's dropped in popularity a little bit, I think, because of, you know, lockdown ending and all that, and also the penalty system at the moment. It has dropped in popularity a bit, but still, it's pulling like 30,000 players a day. I would be willing to bet Forza Motorsport 7 didn't pull that on day one. I could be very wrong. Oh no! Oh! Somehow we made that. But, you know, to be able to pull 30,000 players 3 years after launch on a racing game, that's just like, that is unheard of. Okay, we're going to qualify here. And it's because they focused some time on making a good racing game. They weren't worried about, okay, we're going to have this many cars, we're going to have this many tracks, we're going to have these features. A lot of the time, things that people, you know, that don't really stick around. Like, I remember this comment I had, and it was a comment that kind of like just highlighted exactly how features are made for casual players these days. Come on, boys, stick on here, there you go. The guy commented, he's like, he said, Forza 7 is a game changer because the exhaust tips shake. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe if you are new to racing games, you're going to look at that and think, damn, that's cool. But then if you look at other games, you see they've been doing that for a long time. They do it in a more accurate way. The sounds are better, the focus is better, and those games just get remembered. So, like, Assetto Corsa is going to be remembered, ACC is going to be remembered, GT Sport's going to be remembered, Forza 7 will be remembered for the wrong reasons, Forza 6, you know, it was the best one of the Xbox One era, but it was a bit of a meh game, I suppose. Aww, unlucky. John, I love you too. Hello Callum, how are you doing? Everyone else I've missed. Hello Jake, how are you? Everyone else I've missed. Sorry if I've missed you saying hello. Yeah, when you think of Forza 7, actually, you know what? Actually, I think Forza 7's ramming is better. Well, I'll say better, but there's less ramming in Forza 7 than there was in Forza 6. Forza 6, oh my god. What a disaster. It was just... And now when I see clips that I get on Idiots of the Week in Forza 6, and I'm getting them more and more, and it's like, wow, this was actually shocking. And I remember at the end of the Forza 6 life cycle, which was 2 years, remember? Now we've had an extra year in Forza 7. I was sick of it. Like, I could not wait for Forza 7. I was like, the sooner I can get off this game, the better. JSR Nova is not a member of JSR. It might be someone's alt. I don't know. Not an official member. I think... oh, jinxed. Okay, I mustn't get touched. This is going to be horrible on my ping. I'm going to hide. Oh, yep. I'm out of here. Yeah. What was I saying? Before I was focused on not getting jinxed. I'm on yellow team too, so this is... I'm absolutely cursed right now. Stay away. Stay away. So a JSR guy on GT Sport. That's interesting, because you're the North American region. We don't have any American. Hey, I got one! I got one on my ping! Get wrecked! Okay, there's 2 more blues to get, boys. Come on. Let's do this. Well, why are you grabbing me? I'm already done. Just like I'll just grab that guy. Oh, there he is. There he is. Get him, boys. Get him! Get him! Yes! Oh, let me ask you, Jake, as a painter, I don't know if you've got experience with the GT Sports system. What do you think of the GT Sports system? I love the idea of the GT Sports system. Like, it can be a bit tricky. Like to get a vector file of whatever logo you want. It's not easy to pick up a vector file. But if you can get a vector file, all you do is upload it to the GT Sport website, turn on the game, boom, it's there. And you can scale it and whatever, and because it's a vector, it doesn't distort or anything, which is really, really cool. So I really like that. I would love to see Forza do something similar in the future. Well, this should be the second to last round, actually. This game is not coming on Xbox, as far as I know, at least not for now. It's exclusive to PlayStation and Xbox and PC. But even though it's on PC, like almost everyone plays with a controller. It's so much easier on controller. Ah, jump! Okay, we're still alive. 2 people are out already. Oh! 3 people are out already. Oh no. I just literally face palmed. Damn it! Okay, let's talk about racing games again. I think we should talk about racing games again. I was actually wanting to stream some Dirt 1, 2, and 3 because Dirt 5's coming out, and I'm cautiously apprehensive about GT5, or cautiously optimistic, should I say? I mean Dirt 5. Why do I keep saying GT5? But yeah, Dirt 5. It's kind of giving me like Dirt 3 vibes, but I'm not so sure. The last few Codemasters games, with the exception of Dirt Rally 1 and 2, have been a little bit on the disappointing side. Dirt 4 was horrible. It just had no content. Just tell me if the stream is still good. Like, I'm still getting green health, but it's lagging on my side. You can actually, Soldner. You're on my friends list. Let me invite you after this. I don't know if you can just join me or if I have to send you an invite, but I can send you an invite. Okay. Jump. Okay, made that. Now, if you're wanting to play DoorDash... Oh, God. Okay, Minecraft. We're going to Minecraft. Actually, let me... Yeah, we're going to Minecraft. No, Soldner's not online. Okay. Let's quickly go to Minecraft. We're gonna go to desktop. Oh, let's not even talk about the Forza mod storm. I don't know what's going on there. Things are not going well in the Forza world when it comes to those things. Yeah, I'm not going to play on the server. I'll play my single player world, my terrible single player world. But I have to do the update as well, so that's a problem. I haven't played Project Cars 3, and from the looks of things, I don't think I'm going to play Project Cars 3. Yes, I know of Viper Concept. I don't know him personally. I've just seen his videos. I do need the camera. Also, my camera is... Well, it's dark in here at the moment. Could be solved by a light. But, and also my camera is kind of not sticking on my monitor right now. And I don't really want to test the capabilities of my upload at the moment. Yeah, that's a tough question there, Road Rager. It depends. Oh my, look how slow this upload is, guys. Look at this. This is what I'm dealing with. I know Minecraft downloads are very slow. But yeah, fiber's being laid in my area, in my whole town actually. So hopefully I get some decent internet soon. Video you sent me? No, I didn't see that. Terrant. If you're on my Discord, chuck it in my YouTube videos tab or channel, and just at me. I don't mind if people ping me on my Discord. I know some people do, but I don't really mind it. Look how slow this upload is. This download is. Oh my god. Should I play Age of Empires? Yeah, I need to get 5-0. Right, let's read through some chat so long. Yes, Jake. Your answer. GC Sport is livery painting with assists. I suppose that's one way to look at it, and that you have to make everything from scratch in Forza, which is a challenge in itself. I think also because of maybe because of the vectors and all that, it can be a little bit intimidating for people. And like anyone can pick up the Forza vinyl creator and make something. It might not be good, but anyone can pick it up and make something. Whereas with vectors, you got to have the software, you got to have the know-how, which is a bit tricky. Oh, we didn't upload. I mean, we finished the download. Hello, Tom. How are you doing? The wallpaper I've got is it's a Assetto Corsa Competizione Aston Martin. So if you want to find it, just search Assetto Corsa Competizione Aston Martin GT3 probably. Okay, I haven't played Minecraft for a very long time. I'm going to do PC New World. Actually, you know what? Create New World. Stream banter world. Jeez, my typing is on point right now. Normal. I don't play on. Where is my data pack? Data pack broke. Okay, let's try this new world. See how we're doing. Yeah, I haven't been banned from the Forza Discord yet. GT3 racing, I think, yeah, you're right there. I don't know what it's like. Oh, God, how's this frame rate lag? Holy shit. Okay, we're back. No, we are still lagging. What frame? 30 frames a second. What? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're nowhere near a tree either, so first things first, we need to get some wood. Now, my data pack's still here. I've got full grass blocks. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. How demanding can Minecraft be on my on my CPU? Honestly, okay, it seems to have smoothed out a little bit. Oh, jump at the right time. I don't have Optifine actually. I need to get Optifine. I couldn't work out how to install it. Because I'm a real noob when it comes to that stuff. I think we need to get back onto the discussion of racing games. I've been so distracted. I haven't spoken about any racing games. You know what? When you're talking about live chat for Forza streams, I always watch it on YouTube. Because the chat has never been enabled on YouTube as far as I've been watching it. And you get so many stupid opinions. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but my god, some of them are so dumb. And some of the things that people say about the hosts are just so ridiculous. And just not cool at all. Yes, Dirt 5. Yes, so to finish that thought, I prefer watching the Forza Monthlies without chat. Just so I don't have to get upset at people being stupid, which I really shouldn't anyway. Right, crafting bench. Right, okay. Let's just make all of these. Okay. Make a pickaxe. That's how you make a pickaxe. Right, what else? I don't need a hoe right now. Do you need an axe? And a sword. So you guys are probably looking at me doing this thing. What the hell is this guy doing? Dirt 5, yes, someone else, Dirt 5. Okay. I am cautiously optimistic. It's like looking at what I've seen of it, it does give me some Dirt 3 vibes, and like, while I think maybe Dirt 2 was actually a better game, Dirt 3 is my favorite. Just because it like came out at the right time, and like I have good memories of not just playing the game but like friends and stuff, so that's why I like Dirt 3 so much. And I hope that we head in that direction, because okay, let's get my crafting table, because yeah, that was really cool. And Dirt 4, like, not to mince words, Dirt 4 sucked. It was just boring. It had no content. That was pretty much Dirt 4 in a nutshell. Dirt 4 is like a perfect example of what I'm talking about these days, because because we had Dirt 2, Dirt 3 that were like amazing games. Like, people played them forever. I've already said this in the stream, but for those of you who weren't here, people played them forever, and there was a reason for that, because they were full of content. And then Dirt 4 comes out, you got, for one, you can't have leaderboards because of that stupid master stage system. For two, the multiplayer was just rallycross and a bit of, ghosted. Well, it wasn't even ghosted rally. You didn't even see each other. You were just connected to the same game as everyone. So you kind of like got like a live feed of where everyone was. Whereas in Dirt 2, I distinctly remember in Dirt 2, you had proper rally starts. So you had one guy would go, and then after a short interval, the next guy would go, the lag is back, and so on and so forth. And guys, I don't think guys would ghost. I could be very wrong, but I don't think people ghosted. Which of course does leave the door open for some trolls. But Jesus, this lag, holy fuck. But yeah, it was so much better than just the whole thing. And I think Grid 1 maybe. But yeah, I think it's like a good example of pre RPO Codemasters and post RPO Codemasters. I don't know if they were already an RPO at that stage. I know they'd been bought out by another company. But as far as an RPO goes, I don't know if they were there yet. I do desperately need to cook some food here though. So let's make this my little base for now. And make a bed so I can sleep. And now I need to go get some... I need to get some stone. You know what? Now that you mentioned the menu system in Dirt 2, I went onto it sometime last year, and I was just trying to look for the leaderboards, and I couldn't find them. It wasn't... Yeah, you're right. It wasn't set up all that well. But the game had such a cool vibe, and that was like what was so awesome about those two games in particular. Like, the vibe was so cool. I think a lot of people take the piss out of Dirt 3 because of their like dude bro thing, and even in Dirt Rally 1, Codemasters took the piss out of it too. With like, they had those little loading menu tips, and they said, hey dude, you should totally upload that to YouTube, because every single time you played the game and you did something in Dirt 3, some dude would come on the screen and say, hey, you should totally upload that to YouTube. So it just became a bit of a meme. But also, while Dirt Rally 1 was good, and so was Dirt Rally 2 actually, even if I don't agree with the DLC practices of Dirt Rally 2, while they were both good, they were also very thin on the multiplayer, so you tend to get a bit bored of things. And I don't know, I think we're streaming until I reckon until I'm over this. Until we've discussed everything there is to discuss. Is Iron down there? Awesome. So, yeah. Again, I think like a lot of the forgetfulness of why we forget games is just because of how like no effort is put into multiplayer whatsoever. And if there are leaderboards, it's like very, very average leaderboards where they leave out things. and you have like 1 or 2 stages here and there. That is, for me, one of the main problems. Let's get some food in me here. And I think that like companies nowadays, like I said, are just so looking to just sell a product rather than create a fan base, because obviously if they have like investors to please, they better be selling copies. And I think people are looking at it wrong. They're not looking at it the way like Polyphony looked at it. Like, you know what? If we make a game that is good enough, maybe the sales won't be as good in the beginning. I don't know what the sales were like in GT Sport in the beginning, but it was definitely a departure from normal Gran Turismo. So they were taking a risk for sure. But how many people bought a PlayStation because of GT Sport? I know I did. I know a lot of my friends did. How many people bought an Xbox because of Forza 7? I don't know any. I'm sure there are people out there, but I wasn't one of them. Well, I already had one, but I don't know anyone who did. I'm gonna need to sleep soon, but I want this iron. There's a skeleton. Oh god, I can't do this with a wood pickaxe. I've got to make a stone pickaxe. Shift, good or bad? I only played Shift 2 and I didn't play it for very long. And I think a lot of the time, that's another thing I was thinking about earlier actually. How much of my opinion on these games is because my standards for a racing game have changed. Like, probably a bit. But that said, I'm sure I would still enjoy a lot of the games that I used to love back in the day if I played them now. If Forza 4 came out today, it would need some changes, but I think it still would be a lot more enjoyable than some of the other games, just because there's more content. Like, you had the leaderboards. Oh my god, you could spend years on the leaderboards and not finish them. And there's always something to do. It was so much fun. And Dirt 3, Dirt 2, again, a lot of leaderboards. The multiplayer was populated. The vibe in the games was cool. Like, you could just chill in the menus for a long time. I think almost all racing games that I enjoy so much, you could just chill in the menus for a long, long time. So that definitely contributes to things, in my opinion. Although it's not going to make me enjoy the game if it's a crap game. But yeah, like, to me that contributes quite a lot. Oh, this is so much better than wood. Stone must be the least used thing ever in Minecraft. Like stone tools. Okay, I'm gonna light this up here actually. Oh no. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Yeah, that is my Minecraft name. You've spotted it. Well done. Oh yes, actually, yes. Guys saying they bought an Xbox for Forza Horizon. Absolutely. I think that happens a lot. But Motorsport, probably not. Maybe Forza 6. No, I definitely did buy an Xbox One for Forza 6. But that's because I hadn't had an Xbox for a while and it was second hand. Still going strong though, actually, I must say. So it's done very, very well. But yeah, so, but not for Forza 7. I mean, from the get-go, as soon as people found out, oh my god, it's going to have, like, they've literally done away with leaderboards. One of the key ingredients of a Forza, this squid just died on this cactus. One of the key ingredients in a Forza, they got rid of the multiplayer. I mean the leaderboards. Especially after people were like saying, oh guys, we really need to get this community features back and everything. You thought, okay, cool. Maybe they'll listen. And then it turns out, not only did they not listen, they actively avoided what people were saying. And they got rid of content, and got rid of, well, still didn't bring things back, and you know, hopefully in the next one it's going to be like that, because I think this whole generation of consoles has been forgettable apart from GT Sport. Yeah, I think like the reason they remove things, it's got to be like a cost thing. Like they're just weighing up the pros and cons of. Where is this zombie? They're just weighing up the pros and cons of. Okay, how much is it going to cost to do this? How much are we going to get out of it if we do? Whereas if we add this, if we add some shaking bloody tailpipes, people are going to lap that up, and it's going to cost us next to nothing to do in comparison. So hey, let's just do that. We'll sell them some little features, and we'll call that good. End of the day, what happens is you get people leaving the series left, right, and center. They've moved on to games that are catering for what they want. And I think as far as like Sims go, Sims are actually like in a decent place. Like if you want to play a proper Sim, you're going to be catered to. It's really your more casual. That rabbit just jumped from there and died. It's really your more casual games that are like suffering a bit. Oh, we are struggling with the stream here. I hope we're not. Oh, when you talk about, you want to talk about repurposed stuff. Okay, let's talk about repurposed stuff. Let's talk about Dirt Rally 2's DLC practices of selling content, recycled content, not only including it as DLC, which is fine, but charging for it and having more than one season. They had 4 season passes. I mean, how do you have 4 season passes? That's ridiculous. So yeah, that was something that really turned me off. And then you get people in like on Reddit. Oh, you know what, guys? Sim Rally is a very, very niche thing. They have to do this to survive. No, they don't. If you guys are ever looking for something along these topics of the way game companies sort of work and like the shady practices they get into, I'd very much recommend watching Jim Sterling on YouTube. I actually found his channel because of his video on Forza 7 about going to have loot boxes for the driver suits, which they were going to do, and then they ultimately scrapped it because of the extremely timely backlash from was it Star Wars Battlefront 2. Okay, let's just put some stuff in here. Oh, I can make... What am I doing? I can make some tools. Yeah, I think Battlefront 2 saved Forza a bit of embarrassment. A bit more embarrassment. Because that was an absolute shitstorm that no one wanted to have any part of. So, yeah, that was very, very good timing for Forza. But yeah, look at Jim Sterling if you're looking for some hard-hitting investigative journalism. No, if you're just looking for some content that talks about the state of games in general. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on. And I think we sometimes need to maybe look at what companies are doing and think, okay, maybe we shouldn't buy games from this company and whatnot, which is obviously easier said than done. Yeah, Yongye, he's the same sort of YouTuber. I think we cited Yongye a few times, I think. It can be a bit like depressing to watch sometimes. It's like, damn, man, is the game industry doing anything good? There are companies out there doing good things, but there's also a lot of them doing very, very bad things. Just like not valuing people at all, making people work 100-hour weeks. How do we get onto this topic? But anyway, yeah, people working 100-hour weeks, and while it's technically not compulsory, it's extremely highly expected. and if you don't do it, like that could jeopardize your place in the company, so you pretty much have to. Yeah, and a lot of the time I think, you know, we give a lot of criticism to the devs and all that, but they're just doing their job. It's more the higher ups who are making the decisions that are the ones we should be pointing the finger at, because they're the ones who are making these people work this much time. They're the ones who are making the games a lot worse in the end, because they are deciding to not want to do certain things. Oh, more iron. They're thinking, okay, let's just rather do this rather than actually make a good game. One that people are going to remember. I'm going on a real tangent here. Which is why I like games like Minecraft, because you know what you're going to get. Not Bedrock Edition. I don't like Bedrock Edition Minecraft, because that's got a bit of corporateness in it, because you got to pay for everything that's free on Java Edition. But yeah, you know what you're going to get with Minecraft. It's like Fall Guys also, you know what you're going to get. It's just a good game that's fun, and sure, it's got people cheating and all that, but that's every game, and they actually seem to be doing something about it. Oh, Ubisoft! Don't even get me started on Ubisoft. Like, I initially started not supporting Ubisoft after, like, for a completely unrelated reason. It was Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 1 came out, and it was... Ugh. I hated Watch Dogs 1 so much. It was terrible. So I decided from then, that was like the most misleading game ever. I thought, you know what? Stuff you guys. I'm not going to support your games anymore. And then it comes out that their leaders are literally covering up sexual abuse and physical abuse and all that, just not valuing people at all, and that just really pisses me off. You know, care about the people who are making the game, who are making the games, and they will take care of you. There's no need to just be complete dickheads to everyone. Oh, got a lot of coal now. Yeah, I think you're actually right there. I do need a proper axe though. Yeah, the graphics were like amazing, but I bought the 360 edition, right? And that one, I think we can all agree, was a bit toned down if you played it. Like, there were literally features that, like, there was no multiplayer, basically. Whereas there was multiplayer in the others. Oh, I need some wood. Okay, I've got those sticks. Oh god. Okay. I don't know what the state of Watch Dogs is now, to be honest, like the new ones. To be honest, I don't really care for Ubisoft games or anything. But yeah, let me ask you guys a question. From games for the last, let's say this whole Xbox One, PS4 era, which racing games are you going to remember? You're going to look back on and think, yeah, that game was a banger. Like, I can think I've already named a few that I will, but I would like to know what you guys think. Because I'm sure there will be some differing opinions. Gran Turismo Sport, Forza Horizon 3. Onrush, that's one I've not heard of. I mean, I've heard of the game, but I've never heard of anyone like... No disrespect, like, you enjoy any game you want. Don't let anyone tell you anything else, but I've never heard of anyone like actually enjoying Onrush. So, yeah, power to you, man. But, yeah, it's just an uncommon one. Horizon 2, Drive Club, Dirt Rally, Forza 6. I think I'm going to remember Dirt Rally, the first one. I'll remember GT Sport. I'll remember... Well, if I got to think about it, I probably wouldn't remember it. I'll probably remember ACC. But that's it. I haven't played it that much, actually. And I think a lot of that's down to the multiplayer, which I've spoken at before in a video. Like, the problem with multiplayer is that, yeah, it seems to be a little bit of an afterthought. And I think it's a bit difficult on a sim because you know you're going to have a pretty small audience anyway. So making a multiplayer that's, you know, focused on, let's make some armor, that's focused on having an incredible experience is something that's probably going to cost more than it's worth, to be honest. And I think a lot of the racing that people do is in leagues anyway. But yeah, Forza 6 actually had a really good soundtrack, I must say. Minecraft is like a vanilla server though, because I'm all down for servers and stuff. I'm not too keen on modded servers. I like playing vanilla. If that makes me boring, then I guess I'm boring. My favorite soundtrack from a racing game. Okay, so this is possibly like a two-parter. Two categories, right? So we're going to have pure menu music and just like ambience and stuff. That's got to be Forza 4. Like, there's some other like notable mentions, like Forza 3 and Forza 6 were really good in my opinion. Project Cars 2 was really cool. GT Sports got a really cool menu music. As far as like actual licensed music, we're gonna have to go for probably Dirt 3. That music was really good. Forza 2 was also really good, although I haven't admittedly listened to it very much. But it was a really, really nice soundtrack. It's just so different. It's so weird how, like, Forza... I don't know what Forza 1 was like, but Forza 2, like, it had this sort of, like, upbeat, licensed music in the menus and everything. And then Forza 3 completely flipped that on its head, and it became, like, the most chilled out, chill in the lobby, or in the menus, sort of music that carried over to Forza... I need food, my god. They carried over to Forza 4, and then Forza 6. I never played 5, so I couldn't say. Project Cars 2. I might remember Project Cars 2, actually. Just because it was my first wheel game. And I did have some... Oh, big ravine. I did have some good memories on that game, it must be said. I also had some massive frustrations on that game. Because I played... Keep in mind, I played on the Xbox. And Xbox version was by far the worst. Because I've since played on PS4 and it's much better. Like, there's none of that connection lag. But yeah, I'll probably remember it. Burnout 3. Man, that's a series I never really got into. Was Burnout. I played it a little bit, like I just messed around with a friend at his house. But I never played it all that much. You know what, Dirt Showdown? We don't talk about Dirt Showdown. No, I'm joking. I never played Dirt Showdown. Yeah, I'm hoping we never see another Dirt Showdown. Because from what I saw, that game was shocking. It was basically, what was it? Just like a demolition derby sort of thing. Okay, I keep getting resources. I need to get some damn food here. I've got one freaking pork chop. Can I eat a squirrel? I mean, a rabbit? Oh, you take 2 hits! Well, especially if you're not fucking... Come on. This is way more effort than it's worth. Oh my god. Doing this with like 20 frames is hard. Okay, we're gonna go for the docile chickens up here. Order pizza. You know what? I live in a town where there's one fast food place. And it's bad. I guess it's very average. I think we might have gotten a bit off topic with this stream. Like us talking about what racing games are getting more average. But to actually go back to that, now, when you do YouTube, you get, like, and you become, like, known to some degree. you do get given a lot of games. So if you've seen a lot of like the random games on my channel, that's why. Turn down the chunks. Where's that video settings here? Yeah, let's turn down the chunks a bit. I don't know what, let's try 10 chunks. See if that works. Oh, that's better. Miles. Normally I don't play with like OBS open, so yeah, it doesn't have to load so much. But thank you for that one. Yeah, I've got Dirt 3 ready to go. I'm so thankful that that game is backwards compatible. Because even when I went back to it, I streamed it last year, and I was like, yeah, you know what? It was like a case of Forza 4. It wasn't actually nostalgia. It was genuinely just better. So yeah, Horizonification. Yes, that is a word indeed. If you've seen all the random cars in Forza 7, that's why. Horizonification indeed. Thankfully, I think they've learned from that. Like, well, I hope they have anyway. Let's cook these quick. Yeah, I think they've seen that it wasn't working. The sales of Horizon were still soaring, and the sales of Forza Motorsport was continuing to plummet. Like, I don't know what the sales were, because I generally don't tell what the sales were, but I don't think they were brilliant. They were still good by like most games' standards, but they probably weren't great by a Forza standard, you know. So yeah, they definitely need to change, and I think they've realized that. Otherwise, maybe we would already have the next Forza out if they hadn't realized that. Man, if they have Lego in Forza, next Forza, I'm out. I'm done. That Lego DLC, man, they could have done so much more with it. They could have made it to where you could like build the car yourself, you know? Maybe not like a complete Lego set where you can just put anything anywhere, but you know, like build it up in pieces, and eventually you get the whole car. And I think the whole world could have been Lego, not just like a freaking, you know, something that was merged together or blended together between the real life stuff and Lego. Hello, Thomas. Isle of Man DLC. That would be pretty cool, actually. Although the license for that might be a bit tricky. Test Drive Unlimited. I never played Test Drive, I must say. Every open world game now lets you drive absolutely anywhere, and it's annoying. They only do it because for Horizon it makes the worlds really flat. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. Not like because I think you're wrong, just because I don't really have an opinion on open world games. But I do think if we look at the games that are doing better right now and are being better implemented, it's probably the open world games. The ones that are just like sort of there and get forgotten about are the track-based games, because there's really no focus apart from just selling games. So, you know, while Project Cars 3 might have some noble attempts at some multiplayer, I don't know like how it's going to work out, because that kind of multiplayer, like I said before, that's got a rating system and skill-based matchmaking, does really require that you have a big audience, and if the audience is small, who's going to play it? You know, who's going to be populating those lobbies? No one. Let's just build a little farm here. Probably doing this the most backwards way possible. But anyway. Doing this to make a hoe. So yeah, I don't think I'll be playing Project Cars unless there's like some miraculous thing that comes out. People are like, you know what, this game is really good. But from what I've seen, I can't go along with that for now. I need to make a hoe. Man, I remember how to make a hoe. That's awesome. Okay. I'll get the next Forza regardless. I mean, Forza is popular enough that... Oh. Forza is popular enough that, like, if I don't get it, that would just be the dumbest decision ever. So, you know, whether I'm able to play it on my PC, we'll see. I'd ideally not have to buy a Series X, but if it's going to have ray tracing, it'll probably be cheaper for me to do that than to upgrade my PC. Because I don't know if you've seen the price of ray tracing graphics cards. Oh my god. They are not cheap. They're very expensive. I think I need to... You know what? I'm going to build a house. It's going to be a bad house, but it's going to be a house. Oh, you're right. It is coming to Game Pass, isn't it? Okay, so... Right, the next Forza is on Game Pass. So I just need to get a subscription to Game Pass. And, yeah. I mean, the next console is actually looking really good in terms of specs. They're like... basically like a good pre-built PC now. Whereas before it's always been lagging behind a bit. But now it's looking really, really good. See any wood here? No. Series X sales price. I don't know. People are talking about like $400. No, not $400. Sorry, that's stupid. $600 or so. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the number. Oh, we're going to be mixing planks here. But yeah, that could be the number. Wrong doors, damn. You know what, Thomas? I completely agree with you. I think ray tracing is another example of something that is more like a selling point than anything else. That's the wrong wood. It's more like a selling point than anything else. People are like, oh, our game's got ray tracing. Look how pretty these graphics are. And pretty much any time graphics are the selling point of the game, it's something to be concerned about. Because, I mean, they're shying away from talking about the game, you know, the actual game. You know, the important thing that people are going to spend most of their time doing. No one's going to spend most of their time looking at pretty lights. And I've never, like, people were talking about Assetto Corsa Competizione having ray tracing. It doesn't have it yet, but I've never once thought, oh man, I wish it had ray tracing. This game would be so much better with ray tracing. Because it looks amazing. Oh man. And even like, you can go back to like Forza even 4, and it still looks pretty good. Sure, it doesn't look like not modern day games, but it still looks alright. It's passable, and there are some games out there that still don't look as good as it. Okay, this way. Okay. Yeah, I think that does come back down to the whole discussion of games not being as good as they used to be, because I think the focus is more on things that are going to sucker people into buying the game in the beginning rather than things that are going to keep people playing the game. And games are just so forgettable. Like, I had all these thoughts in my head about how I was going to talk about this, but it's like, when you're doing it in a stream, it's quite difficult actually. Ray tracing is the only way to get... I mustn't fall down a ravine here. There's only a way to get completely photoreal graphics, so eventually it will be standard, but now there aren't many good games that use it. Okay, fair enough. But at the same time, we're sort of running the risk of putting graphics ahead of everything rather than actual gameplay. Because I don't know about you guys, but I spent some time playing games. And for me in a racing game, like even the sounds are more important than the graphics. Oh, Mario Kart! Let me this might be controversial. I don't like Mario Kart, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so when it comes to racing games, I like the results to be about how I've done, which is why like rammers are so irritating because they ruin how you've done and all that. But Mario Kart flips it on its head, and you have things built into the game that are designed to ruin your race. So someone can be stone dead last, and they'll just put something out there that'll ruin your race, and then they'll end up beating you or beating everyone else because of sheer luck. Like I'm sure it's meant to be fun, and not meant to be taking Mario Kart seriously. But yeah, for me, like in racing games, I don't like chance to be a factor a lot of the time, even if it is Mario Kart. Soldner, that is exactly what I'm saying here. Perfect argument. Gameplay should be the focus, graphics should be second. But we do, of course, know sales are the most important thing. But I would really love to know how many like new players GT Sports has had month to month just because they made a good game. And like people are like, hey, you know what? You should try GT Sport. This game is awesome. Like, okay, cool. If I can get a PlayStation, I'll get one. Or I'll get it and I'll try it. And it's just like continued sales the whole way down. But I think companies are just looking too much at the here and now rather than just looking for the future for building a good game. Because a good game today is another sale down the road the next time you bring out the next game. Like I skipped Forza 5, right? But I played Forza 6, okay? And because I love Forza 4 so much, I bought an Xbox. I was intending to make YouTube videos when I bought it, but I bought an Xbox basically because of Forza 6, because I really enjoyed Forza 4 so much. That's why I bought it. Now, granted, the game changed a little bit. It wasn't quite Forza 4, but it was still okay. Until it just got like really boring. And at least, like while Forza's never changed, like that is a problem that it hasn't changed. But at least it hasn't like, just gotten completely bone idle and just not at all anything what it should be. And like if we look at V-Rally 4 is a good example too, of just trying to bring a game out of its deathbed and just hoping to rely on the goodwill from the previous games and ending up just making some freaking disaster of a game that had no content and really did a disservice to the name of V-Rally and just kind of ruined it a bit. It seems like a bit of a cash grab. It's almost like Tony Hawk 5. Activision was like, oh damn, we are running out of the license for this game, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a very, very quick Tony Hawk 5, and that's going to be it. And it ended up happening. What ended up happening is it became a terrible game. Yeah, I can't talk about GT Sports on launch. I sadly only played it about a year later, or maybe that's a good thing. if the launch wasn't great. But yeah, I can't talk about it on launch. But I do remember, like, distinctly remember when they confirmed how many cars were going to be in the game on launch, right? You had a lot of Forza fans, and I'm thinking about one in particular who like tried to make a meme out of it, and it just backfired so hard. He's like, oh, you've only got 200 cars, and then like his entire 140 characters on Twitter, because that's what it was at the time, was just him laughing. And like, which game ended up being better, Forza 7 or GT Sport? I mean, let's be real here. It's a good example of, sure, it's got more content now, but it's still far less than Forza. It's a good example of quality over quantity. So, yeah. The wheel to controller ratio. I wonder, actually. It's a good question. Well, what am I doing? Yeah, it's probably... It depends. I don't know what it is overall, but I think higher up in the lobbies, like your... Let's say A rated and above is probably quite a lot of wheels. But maybe like your D rated lobbies are probably mostly controller. If you spectate people, you can tell what they're on. You'll see like this jerky steering for guys who are on controller. Right, how do I make panes? That's how I make panes. What am I actually doing with this house? I can't have a pane there because there's nothing on that side of the wall. Okay, whatever. Let's put it there. Okay, one more. The house is now a home. It doesn't have a roof, but it's for a home. This is definitely pod racing. Track races by definition can only be about racing on tracks, so what do you want to add to make it more interesting? Well, funny you should ask that. When it comes to like what people are sort of looking at in racing games, like people always talk about, oh, we need to have this many cars, we need to have this sort of features and all that, but for me, it's like just about making the multiplayer more structured. It's about having some reason to come back. Like, okay, I'm going to improve here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get better. And I'm going to get this many wins and whatnot. And that's what GT Sport's done very well. The one thing I think GT Sport could improve upon would be to maybe have less of a competitive sort of feature, which I know could be a bit surprising to hear from me. But I think sometimes it's like I just want to chill out and do some racing. Like, I don't really want to necessarily be having everything about driver rating. What am I doing here now? What on earth have I just done there? I'm so confused. Okay. Balance between cars? Yep, definitely a factor. Let's cap all of these. Definitely something that can be worked on. And that's where, when people say that Forza is the best because it has this many cars and whatnot, I think that's where they go wrong sometimes. It's very often from a perspective of people who don't play a lot of racing games, when in reality, if you're not into racing games, you're just into the cars, sure, the more content is better. But if you are, then you know that it's like, yeah, having a good balance between cars is what makes the racing better. It makes you want to come back. So that's what you do. And I think it's become pretty evident with Forza 7. Like, a lot more people have put their finger on it. Like, this is where it's going wrong. Too much balance is pointless. To a degree, perhaps. If you have all the cars exactly the same, sure. But at the same point, let's look at like GT Sport, right? You have cars that are clearly better than the others, okay? And if you're doing like an A-rated lobby or something, people just all get into that. A-rated or above, like people just all get into those cars and like that's it. So it just becomes a spec race. And it's a similar situation in Forza. If you look at, like, let's say you join a S-class lobby, right? You end up with, like someone just commented there, OP40s, all the overpowered cars all over the place. And it's no fun that way. If the cars are all balanced, however, and they're, oh my god, then sure, you can get in any car and be competitive, and that's the cool thing. And another thing is if the game is good enough, right, and they've put in enough into making the game accurate as much as possible. Come back here. Yeah, making the game as accurate as possible, the cars do behave differently. So if like for me in ACC, I cannot drive mid-engine cars, right? I much prefer the front-engine cars. So, and even though the mid-engine cars are faster if you can drive them, it's a lot harder. So if someone's good in the mid-engine cars, you're like, okay, that guy's pretty decent at this game. And it's a completely different driving style. So it doesn't mean someone who drives the front-engine cars is rubbish. It means it perhaps just suits their driving style better. So it's more complicated than just balancing the cars. It's not quite as simple as just having balanced cars and that's it. Yeah, because if the cars are all the same, then it's crap. But if they're balanced and they're the same pace, give or take a bit, then it's more about the driver. It's less about the cars. And yeah, existential Cellcat, I agree with that completely. Horizon should be about the collection, unless people who play Horizon don't want it to be about the collection. But it's far more of a car enthusiast game than a racing game, and that's where motorsport has gone wrong the last few years. It's just been torches. It's just been about the car collecting rather than the racing. So hopefully they do sort that eventually. Oh, this could be a nice little house. The sand falling here though. You want to see a trick? Yeah, that's so satisfying. Yeah, so the multiplayer definitely, I think we've come to see, and with the success of like GT Sport, we've definitely learned that Forza had a long way to go. Oh, you're playing Forza Project Cars 3. Okay. Tell me about Project Cars 3, because you probably won't find me playing it. This roof is bad. The roof needs to be there. Not happy with Project Cars 3. Okay. I'm intrigued. You've got me interested now. Hey, I got the pronunciation right. I usually have people pronounce my name wrong, so I don't like pronouncing other people's names wrong. So like in South Africa, it's not hard to say the word Devon, right? In South Africa, if I get called by like a call center or something, they almost always call me Devon, and it irritates the living hell out of me. Car slides too much. What car is that? It can also be, when you're talking about the car sliding too much, it can also be, so you're a Forza Motorsport player, right? Now, a lot of the time, I know Project Cars is also sort of, simcade, but a lot of the time you have to play the games differently. So I wouldn't write off the game just because the cars slide too much. So maybe just stick at it. But if there's bigger factors out there that you're not so keen on it, like I could totally understand, then yeah, sure. But sometimes driving styles do have to change for different games. Oh, what am I doing? And yeah, I found when I started playing Project Cars 2, I was like, damn, like this is hard. And the problem I had was that I was playing it as if I was playing Forza. And as soon as I realized, okay, this isn't Forza, I can't play it like Forza, I realized it was actually not that bad, and it was just me. So one of the things I found with Project Cars 2 that might help, I know the game's not like exactly the same, but something in Project Cars 2 is the cars have to be a lot more balanced before you can get on the power. Otherwise you will slide. So that is something to keep in mind, something you can try. So yeah, that's about all I can say about that. Tell us more about the Forza reboots. Will you play Forza 2021 or GT7? Ideally I'd like to play both. That's assuming Forza comes out in 2021. Yeah, I'd like to play both. But at the same time, it might come down to if my PC can run Forza, because if it can't, then I'm gonna have to buy a Series X, and a PS5 is probably not terribly feasible. So it might come down to that. Just like compromises and all that. So yeah, that's unfortunately the way things go. Especially now, like graphics card at the moment, I've got a Radeon RX 5700 Tough Edition. So it's the 8 gig. It's quite nice. Can display in 8K apparently. Not that my monitor's anywhere near 8K. But yeah, it's pretty good. Processor is probably one I'm going to want to upgrade at some point. I've got a Ryzen 5 first generation. I would like to get a Ryzen 7, like third generation. And then I should be all set for a little while. But I'm hoping, with the 30 series graphics cards coming out, maybe the 2080 will get a bit cheaper. Not that I could afford a 2080. Oh! Yay! We got a ruined nether portal. What have we got in here? Oh, yay. Gold. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Why do you do this to me, Minecraft? At least this can be our nether portal. But I need to get some more obsidian. Okay, so one in there. You need to get rid of that. We need to go one higher too. Okay. Okay, bucket of water. Oh, I can't mine obsidian with this, can I? Oh, I need to get a diamond one. Yeah, I think the next Forza will probably do well for the channel. Like, I think this Forza 7 being so long in the tooth has not helped. Because I've been hoping this game wasn't great, there wasn't a huge audience for Forza 7, so the next game is what we're relying on to hopefully bring back the series, and let's see if we can get this guy in the water. Bring back the series and bring back the audience to the series. But it's been a little tricky with Forza 7 dying so hard. I was playing Fall Guys. I'll tell you what happened. The connection, because of the stream, was not brilliant. I got disconnected a few times, so that's why. And yeah, so that's where, when you say better that they get the game right, I totally agree with you. I think a lot of the surprise that people had when there was no date confirmed and stuff like that, that's okay. It's like it's still in early development. It's been 3 years since Forza 7 came out. How are they possibly still in early development? I think that's what shocked a lot of people the most, and kind of like made them a bit doubtful, perhaps, of what was going to be coming, if it was going to be coming. Okay, I've seen that speedrunning technique for the Nether. Right, maybe you can talk me through it. I am from South Africa. Almost couldn't be further away from Canada, actually. Yeah, so what I'm looking for multiplayer with Forza 8 or Forza Motorsport is skill-based. Absolutely got to be skill-based. There's got to be a rating system. And I still would like a bit of a hopper system, so not everything has to be on like, you know, it has to have the driver rating on the line. So that would be really cool. Yes, actually, you're right there with Chris saying that the tools would make the game faster to build. So hopefully we'll start seeing something coming out. They did, remember, of course, they had a play test. I think it was like April or something. They had a play test. Oh, I can make an iron nugget. Or an iron ingot. They had a play test in like April or something. So I suppose that's encouraging. I would like to see some gameplay and see more than 3 cars. That would be really nice. I think, Aaron, to be honest with you, with the next Forza, don't pre-order. Look to see what people are saying about it first. YouTubers you trust and all that. I'm not saying you necessarily have to trust me, but yeah, I mean the YouTubers are going to have to buy it. You'll be able to tell which YouTubers are trustworthy and which ones aren't. Which ones are just trying to like suck the teeth and still keep getting free stuff. I think that's a lot of the time. Like that's a lot of the time why YouTubers will compliment things more than they probably should, and are very reluctant to criticize because they're like, oh man, I need to keep getting this stuff for free. But I'm at the point where I think I've burnt enough bridges at Turn 10, as sad as it is. You know, getting kicked off the Marshall program, criticizing the game quite a lot. Forza 7, I think it was just critification. It was justified criticism, like it was constructive. But I don't think at the same time they're like too happy to hear it all the time. I made quite a few videos criticizing Forza 7, different aspects of it all the time. But you know, if I have to buy the game, I have to buy the game. It's like at the end of the day, it's alright. The only bummer is that sometimes you get early access, although they haven't done that for the last couple of years. Like Forza 7, I think there were a couple of guys who played it like a day or two early. That's it. Forza Horizon 3 we played 2 weeks early, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So we had a whole week to play Horizon before the embargo was up. So like that's proper deep dive, play the whole game, and then you can make your decision ready for when you're allowed to talk about it. But if they're not going to be giving things super early, there's really no reason to worry about getting the games early, because obviously the first mover advantage is so huge on YouTube. And if you look at videos that do super well, they're ones that are posted super early, when people are still looking for things. I think Nightbot is dead. Nemesis, I don't even know where my house is. But, oh yes, you're right, it will be on Game Pass. Sorry, I missed that comment. But then it's just like the whole getting it early thing. But yeah, as far as Game Pass, I think like they did that Forza RC survey and they gave away 3 months of Game Pass. So I think I might just hold on to that. No, you got control of Nightbot. I don't even know how Nightbot works. So yeah, I think you killed Nightbot. Like I think Nightbot was pissing us off the one time, and I think you just turned it off because of that. Nothing better than some Minecraft music, is there? Sleep, damn you. So guys, if you are keen to watch some more streams, let me know what, like if there's any particular game you'd like me to play while streaming. Like, I'm happy to try anything you might suggest, if there's enough people wanting to watch it. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Aaron. The like, while I never really play single player at all, I still do agree that the driver tars aren't great. But they have said that the AI they're working on now is like, you know, the AI they're working on now is able to do theoretical fastest laps possible, and that's really, really cool. So yeah, that would be a really nice thing to see. But yeah, I think actually I might end the stream there. I'm also thinking of yeah, Fall Guys would be pretty cool to stream actually if the connection could hold up. But one thing I'm thinking of is potentially doing some like GT Sports open lobbies and doing some of the races that are maybe, you know, less likely to be seen in sport mode because there's a lot of them. But yeah, I think that's where I am gonna call it for today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I have waffled on quite a bit, I know that, and we have gone off topic even more than that. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. A lot of you guys have been here like the whole time, and I really, really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in probably it is of the week tomorrow, hopefully.